What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today is the day that Season 1 is officially dropping. Of course, if you guys are interested in hearing everything about Season 1, make sure you guys subscribe and hit that bell to this channel. We are literally so close to 50,000 subscribers, and I know for a fact, once Season 1 goes ahead and drops, we're going to be grinding hard as ever, and I know you guys are going to want to go ahead and grind as well, because a lot of people over here are enjoying the XDefiant stuff. So, of course, like I said, subscribe, hit that bell, and if you guys want to go ahead and catch us live stream Season 1, live and in action, because obviously, if you guys don't know this already, I record all my videos the day before, so technically, I'm not really playing Season 1 just yet. Today, we're going to be covering all of the patch notes, all the updates, into a lot of things that are going on within Season 1 that's going to change up the overall vibes of this game and make it a completely different experience. But of course, if you guys want to go ahead and check out my live impressions of this game and hop into the open lobbies that we host on my stream as well, you guys can tune into my Twitch channel. That stream goes up between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and you guys can find a link to that channel down in the description of this video. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we got to go ahead and dive right into this because there's so much information to go ahead and discuss. First and foremost, the new faction is very interesting, and it's pretty controversial in this community right now. For those who don't know, this new faction is going to come with a helmet that is going to protect you from headshot damage. And believe it or not, I'm going to let you guys know right now, I'm going to abuse the heck out of this faction. But believe it or not, snipers cannot one-tap this faction to the head. Now, this might not stay. The developers will potentially mess with it in the future. But for the time being, guess what? It's a 2-shot to the head when it comes to sniper rifles. This is going to be so freaking overpowered and insane. And I don't know if this is going to be a standard for this faction. We'll see. I've seen a lot of people throw in, like, maybe adding in IQ's ability, being able to, detect equipment and a counter to the intel suit. I wouldn't mind seeing a switch up of this, but of course, I'm not going to critique this before I actually dive in and try it out. First and foremost, we got to try it, we got to see what it's all about, and then we can critique it. But guys, let me know what you guys think. Do you think this is going to be overpowered, or do you think it's just going to be, kind of meh? And then, guys, it gets even crazier. Not only do they get shocked barbed wire, but they also go ahead and get the trophy system. But get this, the trophy system does not work like how it works in Rainbow Six Siege, where basically it can only take down a certain amount of projectiles. No. This can take out an infinite amount of projectiles. Yes, you heard that correctly. An infinite amount of projectiles. And it's on a timer. Again, that to me sounds a little wild. Imagine like 5-6 people stacking up all with trophy systems. Even if you have a bunch of people trying to hack and stuff of that sort, and maybe throw EMPs on the edge of the walls and stuff like that. It's going to be complex. I feel like at least one person can still be able to sneak in, a trophy system that you can't see. If it's 5 to 6 of them throwing them around. And again, it's going to destroy everything. It doesn't matter how many nades you throw in. It doesn't matter what type of, whatever you do. It's going to just keep popping and popping and popping. But again, I'm not going to criticize this until I get my hands on it and we really give it a go. It's hard to really give a good, review of something that you haven't even played with. But it sounds kind of wild, but at the end of the day, I'm excited. Because the grenade spam, if we're going to be real here, has been absurd in OBJ game modes. There's nothing to counter it. So you best believe if you hop on the B flag or an occupy zone, there's going to be like 5 or 6 grenades landing right on your feet. So it's kind of obnoxious. It's going to be nice to have a trophy system that can, defend you while you are capping and also defend other abilities like, for example, the medic box, which usually gets very quickly destroyed, on the front line. Usually people use the medic box kind of back now because, they can survive with it and it won't get blown up. But now we might see some more medics be a tad bit more aggressive because they know a trophy system can protect their stuff, which will make them want to get on the front line. So we'll see how this overall situation goes. But again, I want to know what you guys think down in the comment section about this overall faction. Then Clubhouse is obviously being the first map that's introduced. And I gotta be honest with you guys, I'm amazed. It looks gorgeous. It looks amazing. The flow looks outstanding. And I was completely shocked that they could take a map that was in Rainbow Six Siege and transfer it into XDefiant, a game that is tactical and has a bunch of destructible, environments. Transferring that over into a game that's not like that is a very hard task. And from the looks of it, it looks almost identical to what you play in Rainbow Six Siege, but it flows completely different. Honestly, it looks phenomenal. I can't wait to try it out, and I got to give these devs props. That is a hard challenge to accomplish, and it looks like they, kind of nailed it here. Then, of course, we're going to be getting new weapons, the AR, sniper rifle, the sawed-off shotty. Just for those who don't know, the sawed-off shotty is going to be a secondary, and also the assault rifle. from what it sounds like, it's going to be competing with the MDR spot. It's going to be an assault rifle that, kind of mimics the M4, but the fire rate's going to be extremely fast. Obviously, the damage won't be as crazy as an AK or an ACR or something like that, but, you got to kind of pick your engagements wisely. So we'll see how this handles. I'm excited to see because the MDR, I'm still a bit let down. It's fun from time to time, but it just doesn't bring the consistency that I crave when it comes to a weapon like this, an SMG hybrid. So I'm hoping that this one will kind of, get my taste buds really, perking when it comes to trying it out. Also, 3 more mastery camos are being introduced, and they all look phenomenal. I gotta be real, they look really freaking good. I usually don't want to grind for camos, but with how the camo grind goes in this game, it's not as tedious, and how good these max camos are looking right now, I might have to hit the grind on some of these guns to get this, max reward here because it looks absolutely stunning. I think a lot of the audience out there who likes to, grind and have things to obtain in the game are going to really enjoy what is there to, offer to them. Sadly, I don't think the prestige system is coming just yet. They haven't mentioned it, but I think the camo grind is going to hold people over until the prestige system actually becomes a thing. And then obviously search and destroy is going to be added, within season 1, capture the flag, yada, yada, yada. It's looking really good. Content-wise, I'm extremely excited to get this season started. The Battle Pass looks phenomenal, and they're also giving out creator codes and stuff like that for content creators who enjoy the game and love posting about it. Like, it's looking pretty sweet right now for the overall community. But let's get into the real, updates here for the problems within the game. Now, ladies and gentlemen, they're doing a few tweaks here to some of the operators, but I'm gonna be real, some of them I don't really know if it's gonna make a difference. Like, for example, the Echelon suit, the only nerf that they're going to be doing here is increasing the cooldown of Echelon Intel suit from 30 to 40 seconds. So it's not really reducing how many times it pings. It's not reducing the radius of the ping. It's just going to be the same thing, except you got to wait 10 seconds longer. I don't know. I don't think that's going to make a difference. I really truthfully don't. It's still going to be people, stacking echelons. It's going to be 5 to 6 echelons per game, stacking up. And yeah, they got to wait 10 seconds longer, but they can still scan the whole map at one time. I personally think that it either needs to be swapped out with, how the max ult works, where it just scans people and the user gets to get the, the 3D walls, but then the teammates can only see, the 3D minimap, and that's it. I think it either has to be that or they reduce how many times you can scan with the Echelon suit. But again, we'll see that later within the season. Not really too much going on with that. The Phantom Mag barrier is actually getting a little bit of a nerf as well. The barrier is going to go from 30 to 40 seconds for the cooldown, so it's going to take 10 more seconds to go ahead and obtain it. And the health of this is going to be reduced from 500 to 400, so it's going to be a little bit easier to take it down, which again, I kind of appreciate. I think it's going to, balance things out a little bit nicer, but again, we all know, what makes Phantoms overpowered, the 20 HP. The mag barrier is the mag barrier. It's all right. It's cool. A good player, the health of the mag barrier isn't going to really affect a good player. They're still going to be able to maneuver it. They're still going to be able to get, a decent amount of bodies per mag barrier they put down. But regardless, the 20 HP is what really stands out. I still think that should be toned down a bit, or, maybe change the 20 HP to having something like Blast Shield or something to, help you have resistance against grenades. Anything. It's just, things like that. And then, the helmet, for example, and the new faction that's coming in here. Those little additions are a bit tedious from time to time, but again, I haven't even tested out the helmet, so I don't even know, but I mean, come on now. In a game where headshots are so crucial and they're putting a helmet on you where it doesn't even count, oh, that's going to be very interesting to see how that goes. And then the Spider Bot got a nerf, but it's not the nerf that you guys are thinking of, sadly. DedSec Spider Bot cooldown increased from 25 to 40 seconds, so basically, you had to go ahead and wait 40 seconds instead of 25 seconds to get the Spider Bot. And they also reduced the amount of time to, I think, hack as well. I think I saw that somewhere. Let me just, actually, I don't know. I thought I saw somewhere that they said they reduced the ability to hack, but let me know what you guys hear about that one. I actually don't know about that one. And then they did a little tweaking to the Libertads, so on and so forth. Honestly, though, when it comes to the Spider Bot, I'm really disappointed. I gotta be real. It's just, it seems so strange that the only way to get the Spider Bot off of you is to look at the ground and shoot, and it just seems so buggy because I don't think that's initially how it's supposed to be. I think the only way you're supposed to get the Spider Bot off is to, kind of punch it before it hops on your face, or just kind of deal with it and suck it up. It looks so weird to have the gun on the outside of your face shooting at the ground, and then the Spider Bot magically explodes off your face, and then sometimes it doesn't even work in the first place. You shoot like a half a mag and it doesn't even destroy it off your face, and it's just a waste of time overall. I really, 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 really hope that some point down the road they add in a command and an animation that when the spotter bot jumps at you, if you press a command in time, you will grab the spotter bot in front of your face and crush that thing in your hands and just chuck it to the side. I hope at some point they do that. And if you don't hit the command, button in time, it gets on your face and it shocks you and, you're at the disadvantage. But it still feels like a freebie kill, especially when more than one person rocks it. It just, they did some tuning to the spotter bots to make sure they don't track the same person, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Having a whole team of spotter bots is still going to be absurdly obnoxious to go against. It's tedious, and I don't know. I still think that there should be easier ways to counter them without having to, look at the ground and spam the fire button and hope that it actually functions that time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, other than that, though, guys, that's pretty much it. They added more flinch to the sniper rifles as well. I will say I didn't see anything for the netcode or the hit reg, though. Nothing like that across these patch notes, which I'm a tad bit disappointed about. But the game isn't in that bad of a spot, in my opinion. I feel like the netcode is much better, but the hit reg is what's really bothering me from time to time. But hopefully, over time, that will get fixed up, maybe within the next update. But I think out of this update, I was really focusing the faction changes, and I'll be real, they're mediocre. They're mediocre at best. I still think they need to be tweaked a bit more, but the overall balance of the game still isn't too shabby. I can hop on, enjoy the title regardless, have a blast. It's just tiny little annoyances that would be great to see fixed up in the future, but some of these fixes I just don't think really nailed them down away, you know what I'm saying? But overall, I'm excited for Season 1, guys. The content's looking phenomenal. Pretty decent update here. Tons of new camos to grind. We're getting new game modes, a whole new battle pass, a new faction with new abilities that will completely change up the mix and the flow of XDefiant. I'm pumped. Ladies and gentlemen, guys, go to my stream. Like I said, I'll be live between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern time. You guys can catch me over on Twitch. We are going to be grinding out Season 1 for a good 4 or 5 hours, testing out the content, playing with the new faction, grinding out the battle pass. And again, we host open lobbies over there 24/7. So if you want to hop into the game, if you need a squad for the new season, just hop in. You can hop into the queue, just say your name, add me up, and I'll try to get you in as soon as possible. But guys, thank you all for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you hated it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. We're going to be posting daily here at 8 in the morning Eastern time. Everything XDefiant, everything Season 1, and same thing, everything Black Ops 6 as well. So like I said, hit that bell to stay notified. And yeah, like I just said, hit up my Twitch if you guys want to catch any of my live streams. But as always, thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you all on the next one. Peace out.